Can I take down a 700-pound tortoise with land on its back? Let's find out. Because if not, then I'm liable to die to a Stone Edge. Because yes, it does have Stone Edge as one of its moves. Probably so that way it has some good type coverage. Oh wow, I one-shot it. Although I'm not really sure if I really needed that critical hit, but okay, I'll definitely take it. So that's half of Bertha's team down already. Alright, after the Sandstorm rages, who's next? It is Sudowoodo. I don't consider Sudowoodo to be very threatening. I'm going to go with Torterra, because I seem to recall that Sudowoodo has both Wood Hammer and Hammer Arm as two of its moves. So I think it's best to keep Gastrodon and Lucario out of harm's way. Although I will admit I could have used Lucario since Sudowoodo's special defense isn't as impressive as its physical defense, but due to the Sandstorm, that means Sudowoodo gets a special defense boost, so that might affect things. So yeah, I had to go with Torterra. Oh wow, not even the red. Wood Hammer? Okay, how much is that going to do? Probably not a whole lot. Oh yeah, that was barely anything. And I see that it has Rock Head for an ability. Now, is she going to heal? Okay, looks like she's not going to heal, because if its ability was different, then Bertha would most definitely use a full restore. And down goes Sudowoodo. You know, back when I played Diamond years ago, I was wondering, why is she using a Sudowoodo? Because that's not a ground type. Well, I guess there weren't a whole lot of ground types in Diamond and Pearl, so I guess she had to make do with Sudowoodo. Camerupt? For that one, I'm going to go with Gastrodon. But unfortunately, I'm not going to one-shot Camerupt because it's only a Focus Sash, so one way or another, I am going to take a hit from that thing. But the question is, what is it going to do? Because, well, it's been a while since I last used Camerupt. I think the last time I used it was back when I played Sapphire some time ago. And even then, it was pretty frail. Okay, after it consumes its Focus Sash, what is it going to do? Because I don't know what moves this thing has. Yawn? Oh, no, not that. Great. You know what? Knowing that Bertha is going to heal this turn, tell you what. I'm going to switch out Gastrodon for Torterra, so that way Gastrodon won't fall asleep, and I won't have to waste an item just to wake it up when the battle's over. Okay, Bertha's going to heal this turn, so hopefully I'm faster than this thing. Well, Torterra is kind of slow, but I don't think it's that slow to the point where it'll get outsped by Camerupt. Alright, hopefully I'm able to nail an Earthquake. Okay, good, because if I miscalculated, then this thing would definitely hit me with a Fire move. I don't know what Fire move it has, but I do know it does have a Fire move on it. Now, if I was someone who sets up entry hazards in-game, then I wouldn't have to worry about the Focus Sash. But in my opinion, entry hazards are best used for competitive battling. Okay, Camerupt goes down, no surprise. That thing is really frail. Alright, and we should be down to Bertha's last Pokemon, which is Rhyperior. I'm going to stick with Torterra, because if I set in Gastrodon, then Rhyperior could actually outspeed Gastrodon, because I believe Rhyperior has a base speed of 40, while Gastrodon has a base speed of 39. Yes, it does make a huge difference, thanks for asking. Now, hopefully Seed Bomb one-shots this thing, because, well, I believe this thing has Solid Rock for an ability, so that might affect things. Okay, good, it goes down in one hit, because if Rhyperior survived, then this thing would have hit me really hard, because I believe it was holding a Choice Band. So yeah, good thing I one-shot Rhyperior, because it could have done some serious damage to Torterra. I believe one of the moves it had was Mega Horn, so yeah, that definitely would have killed Torterra. Yeah, I don't want to mess around with something that's holding a Choice Band. Okay, so overall, I don't think that battle was too hard. Okay, I've done 3 boss battles already, so I'm going to save everything I've done so far and be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, before I move on, I want to show you something. In addition to healing my team, I also taught Gastrodon Rain Dance. Yeah, I replaced Ice Beam with Rain Dance, but don't worry. I'll put Ice Beam back on it once the next battle is done. Now, why did I do this? Well, I'll get to that in just a minute. For now, let's move on to the next Elite Four member, Flint, a fire user. Now, let me tell you something about him that I'm sure many of you know already. Back in Diamond and Pearl, there were only 2 lines of fire types, Infernape and Rapidash. And the rest of his team consisted of Lopunny, Steelix, and Drifblim, all with fire moves. But in Platinum, they were replaced with a Houndoom, Flareon, and a Magmortar. Now, the reason why I taught Gastrodon Rain Dance is because Flint might start off with something with the ability Drought, either Ninetales or Torkoal. So with Gastrodon having Rain Dance, I won't have to worry about one-turn Solar Beams or powered-up fire moves. Now, what is he going to lead with? Because I honestly don't know. Ninetales, okay, obviously it has Drought for an ability along with Solar Beam as one of its moves. Unfortunately, I am going to take a Solar Beam from that thing, but that's okay, since Ninetales doesn't have stab on Solar Beam, so it shouldn't kill me in one hit. Okay, there's Solar Beam. Obviously, it's going to do a lot of damage since Grass is Gastrodon's only weakness, but as I said, Ninetales doesn't have stab on this move, so it shouldn't kill me. Barring a critical hit, of course. Okay, down to 92 HP. Alright, with the Rain Play, that means I pretty much crippled Flint's entire team. Now, is he going to go with Solar Beam again or something else? Oh, charging up for Solar Beam, huh? You know, seeing it use Solar Beam without the Sun Play is pretty laughable. Anyway, one Surf and Ninetales will go down one hit thanks to the Rain powering up Surf. I still don't understand why this thing is a Fire Fairy in this game. I mean, just by looking at it, it doesn't look like a Fairy type at all. It looks more like a Fire Psychic type. But whatever, it is what it is. Alright, 1 down, 5 to go. Who's next? Houndoom? Well, I don't see any reason why I should switch, so I'm going to keep on going with Gastrodon. I don't think Houndoom here should give me any trouble. Intimidate? Well, that's not going to do anything since I don't have any physical attacking moves on me. Charging up for Solar Beam too, huh? Yeah, as I said, it is pretty funny seeing that the opponent is giving me a free turn to kill them, not realizing that there is no sun. But for Houndoom, on the other hand, sure, its special defense is a bit higher than its physical defense, but due to the rain, there's no way it's going to survive a Surf. And yeah, it was as simple as that. Okay, after Houndoom, who's next? After the game tells me that the rain is still falling. It is Infernape. For this one, I'm going to go with Giratina because I seem to recall that, just like Barry's Infernape, Flint's Infernape also knows Grass Knot, and I don't want to expose Gastrodon to that. And besides, I'm going to take this opportunity to heal Gastrodon so that way I can keep on fighting with it for the rest of the battle. Anyway, I don't think there's a whole lot that Infernape can do to Giratina, especially since the rain is still falling, and that means it can't go for any fire moves right now. I think it has Flare Blitz as one of its moves. So what is it going to do? Grass Knot? Well, yeah, sure, Giratina's heavy, but since it resists grass attacks, Grass Knot's not going to do much. Yeah, that barely did anything. Okay, 1 Earthquake, and it should go down 1 hit. Well, then again, Giratina doesn't have stab on Earthquake, and Infernape's defenses aren't all that good, but at least it's still something, so who knows. Maybe it might survive, maybe it might not. Okay, Grass Knot didn't do a whole lot of damage yet again, because as I said, Giratina resists grass attacks. Okay, goes down 1 hit. Alright, that's half of Flint's team down already. Alright, Giratina's gonna get some healing thanks to the Shell Bell, as well as a level up. Alright, who's next? Well, at this point, I think the rain should stop falling. Okay, it's gone. Well, okay, the rain has served its purpose already. Flareon? I'm gonna go with Gastrodon because I remember that Flareon knows Play Rough, and I don't want to expose Giratina to that. And besides, that thing is holding a Choice Band, so that means I can't mess around with it. Okay, what is it gonna do? Close Combats? Well, that's a pretty unusual move to see coming from a Flareon, unless of course you're playing Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, something like Flareon that has a 130 in attack and also holding the Choice Band, yeah, you gotta kill it as fast as you can, otherwise it will have the potential to sweep your entire team. Okay, thanks to Close Combat lowering its defenses, Surf is going to one-shot it. And out it goes. Yeah, I could imagine the amounts of damage that thing would have done to my team. Next, Rapidash. Okay, I don't think it should give me any trouble. Sure, it's fast, but yeah, that's pretty much all there is about Rapidash. It's fast. Mega Horn? Alright, how much is that going to do? Okay, that wasn't a whole lot of damage. Thank freaking God this thing doesn't know Sunny Day, because if it did, then that would have been a major problem for me. Why? Because, yeah, since I'm slow, then that means I probably won't be able to use Rain Dance, and it would probably go for Solar Beam. But I'm not really sure if that Rapidash did have Solar Beam. Magmortar? Okay, this thing definitely does have Solar Beam, but I'm not sure if it's going to use it. Alright, 1 Surf, and it should go down 1 hit, since Magmortar's defenses aren't all that good. Okay, it's going for Solar Beam, but as I said before, there's no sun, so that means the opponent is giving me a free turn to kill them, which is very laughable. I believe this thing is also holding the Life Orb, so its attacks will hit harder than normal. But yeah, if I was at full HP, then I'm pretty sure Solar Beam will one-shot me, despite the fact that Magmortar doesn't have stab on Solar Beam. But the Life Orb works wonders for Pokemon like Magmortar. It did know Fire Blast, and had it went for that, I would have made a joke by saying, looks like somebody didn't take Blaine's advice, don't waste Fire Blast on water types. But unfortunately, he didn't go for that. Oh well. Okay, anything else you're going to say? Okay, keep going. Alright, I'll do just that, just as soon as I heal, and also as soon as I give Ice Beam back to Gastrodon. Yeah, Rain Dance served its purpose, so I don't need it anymore. Okay, I'm really glad they sped this up in future Pokemon games because, yeah, this is kind of slow. Okay, if you could just give me a second, I'm just going to reteach Ice Beam to Gastrodon, just in case I want to hit something with Ice Beam. Yeah, sure, Lucario has Ice Punch, but Ice Beam has more power. Okay, Rain Dance served me well, but it's time for it to go. Alright, now we can continue. But first, I'm just going to put Torterra in the lead because up next is Lucian, a Psychic-type user. If you were playing Diamond and Pearl, then he would have had a Girafarig and a Medicham, but in Platinum, he replaced those two with Espeon and Gallade. I'm pretty sure he does have those two. Well, I assume he does, because, well, I'm not really sure what team I don't know what team he's going to use, so yeah, I'm only assuming that he has those two Pokemon. Yes. Yes, I am. Yeah, you have no idea, even though Flint kind of gave me a run for my money. Toughest of the Elite Four, huh? Well, yeah, I guess, Lucian is the toughest of the Elite Four, since, yeah, I guess, Bertha and Aaron didn't do a whole lot to me, but as for Flint, yeah, as I said, he did give me a run for my money, but, yeah, I still say that Lucian is the toughest of the Elite Four. Okay, what is he going to lead with? Mr. Mime? Okay, had I known that, then I guess I would have started off with Lucario. Okay, this thing is part Fairy, so that means, Crunch is not going to be super effective. Reflect? Oh, no, not that. Great. Well, unfortunately, Earthquake is not going to kill Mr. Mime now, since, it doesn't have a very good defense HP combo, and, yeah, if the Reflect wasn't up, then Earthquake would have one-shotted it. Okay, for a second I thought that was a critical hit. Okay, Psychic, how much is that going to do? Okay, that was a bit of damage. Alright, one more Earthquake, and Mr. Mime will go down in another hit. Alright, and down it goes. Alright, after Mr. Mime and Torterra gains a level up, who's next? Metagross? I better go with Gastrodon for this one since the Reflect is up, and yeah, Reflect is going to lower the damage from Earthquake, so yeah, I have to go with Gastrodon since Earth Power is a special attacking move, and lucky for me, Mr. Mime didn't set up a Light Screen, because yes, it does know Light Screen as well. Zen Headbutt, well, that's gonna hurt since Metagross is a pseudo-legendary. Well, hopefully it doesn't flinch me, otherwise that would really suck. Oh, come on, really? Okay, let's go at it again. Hopefully Zen Headbutt doesn't flinch me twice in a row. Please. Okay, good, it didn't. Now, is Earth Power going to one-shot Metagross? It is built pretty tough, and it is a pseudo-legendary, so who knows? Maybe it might survive. Okay, we'll find out in just a second. Okay, goes down one hit, because, yeah, another hit, and I think I would have been in the reds. Alright, Gastrodon gains a level up, so who's next? Alakazam? I'm gonna go with Honchkrow since I know for a fact that Alakazam doesn't know Dazzling Gleam, so I should feel safe going with Honchkrow. But of course, the Reflect is still up, so it might actually survive my Night Slash. Of course, I can still get a critical hit. Oh, Aura Sphere? Well, that's a pretty unusual move coming from Alakazam. Well, I'm part Flying, so that means I resist Aura Sphere, but still, it could still do a lot of damage. Okay, obvious critical is obvious. Ouch, 200 damage. Okay, is Night Slash going to one-shot this thing, even with the Reflect up? Let's see. Oh, wow, it goes down. Wow, nothing's too good for Honchkrow. Alright, who's next? Espeon? How about I go with Torterra? Hopefully I'm making the right decision here. I believe Espeon knows Dazzling Gleam, so that's why I didn't went with Honchkrow or Giratina. Espeon's pretty fast, and it hits hard with its special attacking moves, so hopefully I'm doing the right thing here.